Now, we know that there is greater awareness among the lay people, common people in India about the foreign policy, but at the same time, they are not, they're not adept at foreign policy. They don't know much about it. Um, how would you say, for a layman, how would you explain to them how the NDA government's foreign policy has been different from the UPA government's vis-a-vis China, United States, the Gulf, the Middle East?
It's interesting because actually I do a lot of this. In fact, even on the campaign trail, it's quite interesting. I have gone in, I was say in Orissa, I have gone in talking about what are all the big economic changes, social changes, infrastructure changes. But a large part of the questions I've got are exactly the kind of questions you're asking me. So I tell them, number one, that there is a much clearer sense of Bharat first. That when we look at an issue, we look at it from the point of view of where is Indian national interest. And that, if that Indian national interest means taking pressure or fending off other countries or pushing back, we're prepared to do it. I would say that is a departure. We are, for example, very, very focused on trying to get UN Security Council membership. This was not the case earlier. In fact, there was a time when the position of our government is first let them accommodate China and then our turn will come. So we are very clear, Bharat comes first. Number two, very strong focus on national security. Not only positioning wise, but in terms of friends and partners who will contribute to our national security. So and also in terms of the border infrastructure, where there's been quite a remarkable transformation. The quality of the infrastructure today allows us to deploy troops on the China LAC in a manner in which we could not have done earlier. Number three, much more focused on, I would say, getting for the country the resources, the best practices, the technologies, which we believe are important for national development. Number four, much more willing to do things for Indians outside and people of Indian origin outside. The earlier positions, 50s, 60s, what? You left the shores, you're on your own. Today, we proudly and openly say that, when you leave India, we are always there for you and with you. And we have demonstrated that in many ways. We are also much more conscious of our culture, civilization, heritage, traditions than previous governments. We project it much more confidently. A very obvious example is the International Day of Yoga. So here is a tradition today, enjoys universal respect, but it took an NDA BJP government under Narendra Modi to do it. So these were all be the big difference.
And we are I think, the only country with such a large diaspora in the world.
Yes, we would be. I would say we would be the country with the largest diaspora.
China is.
China, but when I look at our number of citizens abroad, I think we have more.
Yeah, and we are also spread out geographically much more than the Chinese are, who seem to be concentrated in the United States and Australia.
Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia, of course. Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
Sure.